Tuesday, May 28th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East here with you on our Tuesday morning just prior to the 5 o'clock hour. And there's a look from the Avalon Pier web camera on the Outer Banks. Temperature is 70 degrees there with a southwest wind around 10 miles per hour. We had a little bit of a warmer day yesterday than what we had over the weekend, up to 82 yesterday in Charlotte. These are your Memorial Day high temperatures, 79 in Greensboro, 80 yesterday in Raleigh, 83 in Fayetteville, 87 down in Columbia. Even the mountains making it into the 70s. And readings this morning milder than we have been over the past several mornings. A lot of 60s on the board through the foothills and the Piedmont. Some 50s in the mountains and actually still some 50s along the North Carolina coast in some spots as well. Dew point temperatures creeping upward. Dew point is 61 in Greensboro and Charlotte, indicating the air mass getting a little bit muggier as this summer-like air mass begins to pull on into the region. Now, we don't have any rain out there at the moment, and I think like yesterday, most of us dry, although there will be just a few isolated showers and storms developing during the heating of the day. Off to the north, that's where all the rain and thunderstorm activity is located. You have a batch of rain in Ohio, Pennsylvania, moving into New York State. Some pretty good thunderstorm activity at times over northern Illinois and Indiana, pushing into Michigan. Another main line of storms this morning through Missouri. And there's been a lot of severe weather again over the past 24 hours. Some pretty prolific tornadic activity yesterday, a lot of wind and hail as well. Look at all those storm reports from the past 24 hours. That's just in the high plain states, a number of them. And had another little area of activity along the dry line down into Oklahoma and Texas. Here's your severe weather outlook for today. Big slight risk running from the Great Lakes region back into Nebraska, Kansas, even eastern Wyoming, and then all the way down to the Mexico border there in Texas. Pretty wide stretching storm system. Now, here's what it looks like on the weather map. The warmer, slightly muggier air continues to build on into our region. If you notice very carefully, you see a few of those storms going up in the foothills. I'll show you a closer look at that here in just a moment. But that next storm system will not make it here. That front kind of runs out of juice before it can make it down toward our area. And we're just kind of getting into a warmer, muggier, summer-like pattern. Not overly hot. We're not going to really break 90 in many spots across the area this week, but we will see our highs pushing well on up into the 80s. Now, as far as today is concerned, this is the RPM modeling, and you notice some thunderstorms again going up in the mountains this afternoon. And then a little bit later on, we may see some of that activity briefly form in the southern Piedmont or the Sandhills, but again, not a big deal. Most of us are going to be dry here on this Tuesday. In the upper levels, this is what it looks like. All the energy off to the north and way out west. Now, by the time we get up to 72 hours, you see that ridge really cranking overhead. Probably going to have some air quality issues developing in a few spots across the region. The heat's not overly impressive, so I don't think it gets out of control, but you could see some air quality issues developing. Now, by Monday, that next trough moves on into our region, and that's going to drive a cold front on in. A couple snapshots from the modeling here. This is Thursday, primarily dry and quite warm. Friday looks very much the same. And then as we get deeper into the future here, this is Sunday on the European. Looks like most of the rain holds west of us through Sunday, but our next good chance of rain and thunderstorms rolls in here on Monday. And the GFS in pretty good agreement too. Here's Sunday right here on the GFS, and then there is Monday. So it looks like Monday is the day where we'll have the best opportunity of some showers and storms. And I just want to mention this. The GFS has really been quite consistent somewhere between the 7th and 11th of June, somewhere 7th and 10th of June, and indicating some type of little tropical system making a run at the Gulf Coast. It is continuing to indicate that scenario with its 0-Z run. So that's something to keep an eye on as the Atlantic hurricane season is just on the cusp of officially beginning. All right, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Everybody have a wonderful Tuesday, and God bless.